Welcome all to LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for 5th of June 2024. Chale, now let us start with the today's agenda of the day, where we will be talking about the editorial section which relates to the AI and ChatGPT in legal cases and what Indian particular thing. Okay. Now, coming up to the news update includes the national news, international news, important days, awards and sports. And lastly, we'll be talking about some legal news update of the day. Coming up to the editorial section where we are talking about using AI and ChatGPT in legal cases. So here we'll be giving the reference of Manipur High Court, which said last week that it was compelled to do an extra research through Google and ChatGPT 3.5 while deciding on a case. This is not the first time a High Court has used artificial intelligence for research. But in India, as in the rest of the world, courts have been rather cautious about the use of AI for judicial work. Now, how the Manipur High Court used ChatGPT in the case? So, Zakir Hussain was removed from his duty in the village defense force because a criminal escaped while he was on duty. However, he never received the order dismissing him. Subsequently approached the Manipur High Court challenging the dismissal. The affidavit directed to be submitted by the police did not explicitly explain the village defense force. This compelled the court to use ChatGPT for further research. Now, ChatGPT said that the village defense force comprises volunteers from the local communities who are trained and equipped to guard their villages against various threats, including insurgent activities and ethnic violence. Ultimately, he set aside Hussein's dismissal, citing a 2022 memorandum issued by the Manipur Home Department, which stated that upon dismissal, the VDF personnel must be given an opportunity to explain in any case of alleged charges. Now, High Court's differing stance on using ChatGPT. Now, where we talked about Manipur High Court, coming up to the Punjab and Haryana High Court used ChatGPT to deny the bail plea of person accused of assaulting an individual and causing his death. The Delhi High Court has been less receptive to use the AI in courts. With reference to the case, Justice Singh said ChatGPT cannot be used to decide a legal or factual issues in a court of law, highlighting the possibility of, please note here, highlighting the possibility of incorrect responses, fictional case laws, imaginative data generated by AI chatbots. Now, coming up elsewhere in the world except India, a Manhattan federal judge fined a lawyer with rupees $5,000 for submitting fictitious legal research generated using ChatGPT. UK Judiciary released a set of guidelines about the use of generative AI in courts. While judges were allowed to use ChatGPT for basic tasks, but were cautioned not to rely on AI for legal research or analysis. Now, coming up to the national news of the day, singer Sonu Nigam awarded honorary fellowship in UK for worldwide impact in music. So, Bollywood singer Sonu Nigam has been awarded an honorary fellowship in the UK for world impact in music by a leading India diaspora student organization. The honorary fellowship previously conferred upon actor Shabana Azmi, writer Javed Akhtar, and spiritualist Sri Ravi Shankar, among others. The award acknowledges individuals who significantly impact Indian cultural exchange, education, and social improvement. Sprinter Dutee Chand suspended till 2027. Indian sprinter Dutee Chand has been banned for 4 years after failing two out of competitive dope tests. She was tested for selective androgen receptor modulators. Her ban period will be effective from January 3rd, 2023. Coming up to the next news, Tanvi Sharma bags women's single title of Bonn International Badminton Tournament. Now, the young Indian shuttler Tanvi Sharma defeated Wang Pu of Taiwan in straight set by 21-19 and 22-20. Kedar Jadhav announces retirement from all forms of cricket. So Indian batter Kedar Jadhav on Monday announced his retirement from all forms of cricket. He made his international debut for India in November 2014. ISRO and Wipro 3D collaborate on 3D printed rocket engine. So 3D printing is a process that uses computer-created design to make three-dimensional objects layer by layer. As a part of Artemis program, which intends to bring human back to the lunar surface, NASA and European Space Agency are working together to create a common time system for the moon. Now, coming up to this landmark achievement for sustainable space exploration, Wipro 3D and ISRO have jointly developed and successfully tested a 3D printed rocket engine for India's polar satellite launch vehicle. Now, coming up to the international news of the day, Claudia Sheinbaum becomes Mexico's first female president. Sheinbaum, a climate scientist and former mayor of Mexico City, won the presidency with the highest vote percentage in Mexico's democratic history. Sheinbaum is not only Mexico's first woman president, but also its first leader of Jewish heritage. The 21st Shangri-La Dialogue ends in Singapore. The Shangri-La Dialogue is a big meeting in Asia where leaders talk about security problems and may plan to solve them. In 2024, it was in Singapore from May 31 to June 2nd. Singapore Defense Minister Neg Angshan brought up real issues with respect to territories contested in the South China Sea and Taiwan independence. Australian Army allow recruits from 4 nations. Australian Army recruits from foreign countries, including the UK, to help grow its tanks. The move comes as Australia's upgrade its defense forces to try to counter China's expanding military footprint in the Asia-Pacific region. NASA and ESA developed standardized lunar time system. The time standard define units of time and ensure accuracy in timekeeping and coordinating activities and maintaining operational efficiency. The need for lunar time standard is imperative for coordinating lunar exploration efforts concerning the manned missions to the moon planned by several co-NASA countries. Now, coming up to the legal update, confessional statement not signed or proved by magistrate who purportedly recorded it can't be treated as true under section 164 CrPC. The Gauhati High Court at Kohima recently set aside a rape and murder conviction on the ground that the trial court convicted and sentenced the accused to undergo life imprisonment solely based on unsigned and unimproved confessional statement. The court held that finding of the trial court is without any substance as it lacks both material and circumstantial evidence to convict the accused for murder and rape, and the prosecution has failed to prove the case against the accused beyond reasonable doubt. So this particular legal update relates to 164 CrPC. Official liquidator must adhere to ethical principles and fairness to discharge their duty under IBC, Delhi High Court. So the Delhi High Court here, with the bench of Justice Subramaniam Prasad, held that official liquidators must adhere to ethical principles and demonstrate an unwavering commitment to fairness to discharge their duty under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. So the basic facts are there. You can just read out and understand the whole case. That's all for the today's news update. Thank you so much for joining in. Take care.